guys, how are you doing? So first of all, if you're not subscribed and you don't belong to my YouTube family, please hit that button down below. Subscribe so you never miss one of my diary entries, Dollar Tree hauls, rants, or whatever else I'm putting out that day. So subscribe and become a part of our family. Anyways, moving on to other things. I thought that since I've been talking about being a single mom a lot lately, that maybe I should talk about how I got to this point, why I'm a single mom. First of all, no little girl ever says, when I grow up, I want to be a single mom. I want to be somebody's baby mama, because that was never my intentions. But that's the road that I'm on. That's the journey I'm taking. And don't get me wrong, it's my journey, and I'm very proud of it. But I thought I would talk to you and let you know how I got to this point and, what my story is. First of all, I have 3 boys. Jevin, who's 20, Lakin, who's almost 13, and then Shani, who is 10. First of all, I had my 20-year-old when I was quite young. I mean, we're young. We knew nothing about being a family. And so that I blame on the wrong time, the wrong season. I hold nothing against his father. It was just we were put in a hard situation. We did the best with what we had. And, it just didn't work out. Their relationship is their relationship. I don't intervene. I don't play a part of that. He's 20. It is what it is. We were young and we both made mistakes. Now, my youngest 2, and when you hear me talk mostly about my situations, it's more or less referring to that situation, to that BD. And that's what we call baby daddies on here, BDs. Let's see. I met him. I thought he was the love of my life. He wanted children, and we had 2 of them. A God's gift to me. Anyways, he was military, and when he got out, back then, a lot of people didn't talk about PTSD. They didn't talk about trauma. We were not informed. He wasn't informed about the consequences of going to war and all that consists of. So when he was back, he became addicted to video games. And I know a lot of people laugh at that, but when I say addicted to video games, I mean he lost jobs over that. He would take our money and not pay bills and buy like virtual gold and things like that. But he also would neglect our children. I don't blame him for that. I know when people have issues, better than anybody I know, that those mountains are hard to climb. Those demons are hard to fight. And so our relationship was rocky anyways. A lot of bad decisions. Maybe on both of our part, because maybe I should have insisted that he get help. But, like I said, I wasn't very well informed of things like that back then. But I think it all hit me when I was about to turn 30. My son called me at work one day and he says, I'm hungry. And I asked him, like, where's your dad? And he says, well, he's playing a video game. He keeps saying, wait a minute. And I'm like, right then, things click. Like, that should always come first. That should always be your priority. So then I started noticing money missing out of accounts and job, losing time on his job. He wouldn't even beg. Like, he would be so absorbed with this video game. Like, I remember one time our internet went down and he was like trying to dial up. Anyway, so like I said, when I turned 30, it just, something said, I was miserable. I came home, like I would stay longer at work. Who does that? Like, who stays longer from work just to avoid your situation? I would just sit in my car sometimes in our driveway and I would just cry. Like, and I was miserable. I was a miserable person. And when you're miserable, you're a miserable mom. You're a miserable daughter, sister. You're just miserable altogether. Friend, anything you could be, you're miserable. And so I just decided, like, what am I supposed to do? What is in the cards for me? What do I have to do to make me feel better? And it seemed like everything kept stemming back to this man. Like, this is why I feel this way, and this is why, And so I made the choice to ask him to leave. He never left us. I'm not saying that. I asked him to leave because I knew that I could be a better mom without him than I was with him. And at that point, neither one of us was doing the best we could. He wasn't being the best dad he could be, and I wasn't being the best mom I could be. And so I more or less said, I can't do this. And we split ways. My intentions then were maybe he would miss his family so much that he would get his, situation together, his head in the right space, get the help that he need, and then he would come back and reclaim his family. That was my goal. Well, that's not what happened. And so 6 years later, we are two separate entities. He struggles with being a father. I'm probably sure that I'm not innocent in this, and I probably don't make things easy. But it is very hard for him to be there. Us as mothers, and I still, 20 years into this, I still don't understand, how a person could have children and go, days, and weeks without talking to their kids. Like, if I don't hear from my kids and my 20-year-old and it's been a couple hours, I want to know what's going on. I want to know that they're okay. And I still struggle with the fact that that's not how he is in my situation. So I deal with that, I deal with a lot of questions from my boys, why is this, and why don't we hear from him? And, I try to keep things positive, but I also want them to be realistic. I don't want them to have this warped sense of a man who's there who's not there. So, I keep those lines of communication open. They have his phone number. He has theirs. If he chooses to call, he does. And I say sometimes to the boys, hey, you want to call your dad? It's something they don't choose to do. But if they wanted to, I support it. But anyways, that's kind of like my situation is. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. I don't mind telling my story. I hope something that I've done or something that I can tell you can help you. I wish that when I was fresh in the situation, or when I first became a single mom, I wish that somebody would have been there for me to ask questions. I come from a family my parents were together for 30 plus years. So I didn't really have anybody who had experienced what it was like to be a single parent. So if you have any questions, or you want to know something, please ask. I'm here to help, and maybe you can give me some suggestions to help me. But anyways, that's my story. I'd love to hear your story. Feel free to leave it down in the comments, to email me, and we can talk about it. But once again, don't forget subscribe. If you're not subscribed, you might miss an awesome video. So subscribe. So anyways, guys, till next time, bye. Hey guys, just Jamie here. I am so excited to announce a new series that I plan on putting out called Diary of a Single Mom. I was on YouTube and I was looking for people who